Marie, where I'm spilling the tea on business, politics, community happenings, and more. Today I will be discussing how to lead authentically. So what does being authentic actually mean? Well, the definition of authentic is original, genuine. Some questions you should ask yourself when you think about being a leader and an authentic leader is, how do I show up? How do others see me? How do they feel about me? Am I bringing my genuine, real self to the table? And if you can't answer that question with a straight face, then maybe you should have some additional considerations. I have been a mentor for many women over the last several years, and I always get the questions, particularly in one event that I do with the South Florida Business Journal called Mentoring Mondays, which is a national event that's done with business journals across the country where professional women get an opportunity to mentor other women. And one of the questions that I always get from young women, particularly those who are in corporate America or they're starting their own business, they always want to know, how do I be my authentic self? How do I just be myself? And it's so hard for women, particularly sometimes it's just hard for people in general to really show up as their natural self, especially in the corporate environment or the work environment or even in the business industry. So I always ponder, why are they having such a challenge? But then I thought about it. I'm a woman, a young woman, and a woman of color. And sometimes there are perceptions of me that I may not be aware of that someone may have before I even open my mouth by me just showing up. And how do you combat that? Of course, there's so many people and organizations that want you to conform to their organizational rules, their culture, and so much more. Sometimes it's something as simple as your hairstyle. How can you just naturally be yourself and wear the hair that you love? Believe it or not, people struggle with that, especially Black women in the workplace. Of course, I don't have too many challenges with my hairstyle because it's just what it is. It's bald. So for others, though, that's not always the case. For women who want to wear braids or wear a natural afro, whatever, their curly hair, whatever that may be, there's always a struggle of, can I just be myself? Can I just be? So a couple of things I want to start with. I have a few tips to share with you on how to show up and be your authentic self every time and in every room. And the first thing is starting with loving the skin you're in. First, you have to love who you are, every single part of you, everything about you, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Just loving who you are, the being that you are, is so important, because when you are able to show yourself that love, that genuine, authentic love, it's so much easier for you to show up and show that love to somebody else. So that's the first thing, loving the skin that you're in, loving every part of you. The next thing is knowing who you are. Sometimes we go through life and we really don't know ourselves. We really don't take the time to spend time with ourselves to really know, what do we like about ourselves? What don't we like about ourselves? What can we prove? Where are the challenges that we have? Some of us don't even like spending time with ourselves alone, and many of us had to learn how to spend time with ourselves alone during this pandemic, right? So knowing who you are, and that also means knowing your value, knowing your worth, knowing your expertise, your knowledge, knowing what you bring to the table, knowing your morals, your standards, knowing your likes, dislikes, your quirks. There's a lot about you, yes, you, that you need to know. So really knowing who you are is the best number 2 tip that I can give you. Then really standing in your truth. What are your truths? We all come from different walks of life. We all have a different path that we've taken to get where we are, and everyone has a story. Some stories are filled with roses and flowers, and some are kind of dark. But either way, it's your story, it's your truth, and there's nothing to be ashamed of because it's yours. You own that. And being able to stand in and own your truth is a part of being authentic and a part of bringing your authentic self. The next one is being confident and letting yourself shine through, letting the confidence shine through. A lot of people struggle with confidence, and it's not that they don't, and I'm not talking about like the looking pretty or handsome. I'm talking about just even being confident in your skills, in your knowledge, your expertise, but also being confident in the way that you physically look, or confident in your education, or confident in your experiences, life experiences. But again, knowing yourself, knowing your value, being able to stand in your truth is going to help you to be more confident. So that way, when you walk into a room, any room, no matter who's in there, you can own that room. You can own that space, and you can walk in there with not being egotistical, but with a energy, a vibration of confidence that exudes. And before you even open your mouth, you have what they call a presence, an aura that will show up for you when you have that type of confidence and you're bringing your true, real self. Being authentically bold. Now, even today just got a comment from someone, a compliment, that said, "You're so bold. You have a bald head, and you are not afraid to speak out about the things that you care about, and you're just so bold about it." And little backstory, I have alopecia, and I definitely support alopecia awareness. And there are many people, men and women, children, who suffer from alopecia, and suffer not in a bad way, because it's not a life-threatening ailment. It's just something where we lose our hair, right? But hair has been such a big thing for people. And for many women especially, it's your crown, it's your crown jewel. And one day I had to make a decision, because I was still self-conscious about the places that I had lost hair, and I was trying to cover it up with the hair I had, and it just didn't feel like I could really be my confident self. So I decided I'm just gonna cut it all off, and what you see is what you get. This is me, this is who I am. And I've lived by that since that day. This is me, this is who I am. What you see is what you get. I'm not gonna show up as someone else or something else, or try to be who I'm not. And that has just been freeing for me. It's emancipating, right? It frees you when you are able to just be authentic and genuine and be yourself every day, every situation, every space, every room. You feel free. Those are some of the 5 tips of how you can be bold in your leadership, be confident in your leadership, know your value, know your worth, love the skin you're in, and be your authentic and bold self. And trust me, those around you will love you for that. If you're in business, people do business with who they know, like, and trust. And they want to see the real you. They want to know the real you, like the real you, and trust the real you, not your representative. So just remember that. Show up, be confident, be authentic. No one else is created like you. You are original. There is no replica like you. So with that, thank you for tuning in to Tea with Anne-Marie. Be sure to download my guide on advanced skills to becoming an authentic and effective leader. And you can find that at the link in the bio. Also, be sure to share this video as well as like it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you, and we'll see you soon on Tea with Anne-Marie.